Hello and welcome back to Everything Tumbler Tutorials. My name is Rebecca Esca and I'm a Tumbler designer. And in this fun little tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to take a basic Crackle Western themed tumbler and just liven it up. So this tumbler has a lot going on, but I promise you it's worth it in the end. Remember, everything used in this tutorial will be down in the description for you guys below. So let's get started. I'm going to be working with this beautiful Western vinyl from AB Designs, and I'm going to apply it to a 30-ounce tumbler, also from AB Designs. Now, normally you really want to make sure that these lines are going to match up when you meet up with the other side. However, because we're going to cover that up, I didn't really want to stress that so much. So once we get the vinyl completely wrapped around the tumbler, we're going to go ahead and trim the rim and the bottom if necessary. Once I had the tumbler completely wrapped with this vinyl, I then went back through to check to make sure I didn't have any bubbles. By chance you have bubbles and or air pockets, just use your X-Acto knife and pop them out. So once I had all the vinyl on and I trimmed up the top, I went ahead and epoxied this and glittered it with Treasure, which is a diamond cut from AB Designs. I was trying to save a lot of time in this video because it was painfully long, so I just trimmed out a lot of the stuff that just wasn't necessary. For the crackle effect, I'm going to be using the Elmers Glue with regular acrylic paint. So when it comes to applying the glue, as you can see, I'm just going to apply it all over the place because there's no right or wrong. Once we have this applied all over the tumbler, we're just going to use a regular paintbrush and brush this all over the tumbler. It's important that you allow this to go tacky, obviously not completely dry. You can set this tumbler off to the side and let it go tacky on its own, or you can go ahead and use a blow dryer and help speed up that process. Again, you just want this to be tacky, not completely dry. Once our tumbler was tacky, it was okay to start applying the acrylic paint. Once you've applied all of your paint to your tumbler, you can set this off to the side and it'll start to crackle all on its own. I always like to take a blow dryer because it does push those cracks a lot quicker. And essentially we're drying the paint as we go. We're gonna let this completely dry before moving on to the next step. Okay, once we're dry, it's now time to go in and do a little bit of a geode effect. So now we have the crackle, and now we're doing, I guess, a peekaboo effect, if you will. And I'm just simply using a baby wipe. I'm not using acetone or anything crazy strong. It's simply a baby wipe and my finger giving it a little bit of pressure to help remove the dried glue as well as the acrylic paint. We're going to continue to do this step until we're satisfied with the peekaboo geode effect that we're trying to achieve. When doing this step, it does work out really well using the baby wipe, because once we get that section opened up to about where we want it to be and how we want it to appear on the tumbler, be sure to go back in those sections we just opened up with a clean new baby wipe, just to make sure that there aren't any smudge marks. We want clean, clear epoxy in those sections. And once we're pretty happy with the geode peekaboo sections, we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit longer time to dry, and then we're going to be ready for another coat of epoxy. For this coat of epoxy, I'm going to be using the Artist Resin from Counterculture DIY. This takes about 6 to 8 hours to cure depending on your temperature. At this point with this tumbler, you could stop here. It looks absolutely stunning as is. You've got the glitter peeking through, you've got the gorgeous vinyl peeking through, you've got the crackle effect, and then after this coat of epoxy, you could easily apply a decal, give it one more coat of epoxy, and call this tumbler done. But I took this a step further. So once this fully cures, we'll come back for the next step. And remember to use your heat torch to pop any bubbles you may or may not be able to see. Okay, in this next clip, It's really important for me to show you guys. Apparently, I was not recording when I thought that I was recording when I wrapped this particular 12 by 12 sheet around my tumbler. So unfortunately, you do not get to see that step. But that was like the most important step as far as I was concerned. I chose this very beautiful 12 by 12 clear vinyl sheet from AB Designs because it has the leopard print, the cow print, everything that just mixed really well. So what I did was just wrap this over the tumbler so it has this like dimension of it, if you will. So we've got the Western vinyl peeking through, we've got the crackle effect, we've got the glitter, and now we have this overlay of this clear vinyl. And I did cut around and then try to merge in some of the vinyl just so that it didn't look like it had harsh, rough edges. I'm just genuinely sorry that you guys missed that. I'm hoping maybe I can revamp. If you guys enjoyed this video, I can certainly come back in and do another replica, if you will, to show you how I did it. For this coat of epoxy, I'm using, again, the Artist Resin from Counterculture DIY. I waited 30 minutes, as this is, again, a 6 to 8 hour cure. So I waited 30 minutes before coming in and dripping the glitter and drizzling the glitter in certain sections, because it's a great way to hide any blemishes that you don't want necessarily seen. For this glitter, I am using Baby Elevated, which is a medium cut mix from AB Designs. And not to worry, all of the links will be listed down in the description for you below. Once you've applied this glitter, please do not go back to your heat torch. Just allow this to finish its cure time and then your tumbler is completed. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if so, be sure to leave me a comment or ask me a question down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more tutorials coming soon. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching.